morning, guys. So I finally got my new top put on the Jeep, and I also did a few other things to the Jeep as well. I know it's been a while since I did a video, but I ran into a lot of issues, and I have some more information on the zombie apocalypse theme that I'm doing to my Jeep. So let's go talk about it. And as always, there's some sort of construction going on anywhere I drive in the state of Pennsylvania. That's what I deal with on a daily basis. After 20 cars just went by, it's time for us to go. And that's the guy that decides whether you're going to be late or not. Alrighty, so I just decided to pull over at a park and show you guys kind of up close and talk to you about everything that I've done so far. So we'll start with the top of the Jeep, and this is a brand new top. It's dirty because I took it to work today, and this is exactly what happens like when you hit one random puddle at work. It's completely dirty. I work in the dirtiest place I think ever, but yeah, one puddle completely ruined. But anyways, brand new top. I installed it, well, completely installed it yesterday, but I actually got this top about a week or two ago. I think my last video I did, I was asking you guys about the hardware that I currently had, or that I had before this, and it was the wrong hardware for a factory top. This is a factory top, so complete factory replacement. This is what you would have gotten if you ordered this in 1988, but obviously it's by a new company. Smittybilt is who did it. There's a bunch of different companies that make tops and whatnot for Jeeps. One in specific is Bestop, and that was actually the hardware that I had on the Jeep. But as most of you Jeep guys know, you cannot use Bestop hardware on a factory style top. So that didn't work out at all. Nothing was fitting correctly, so I figured that out. I resolved it. I actually found the hardware at a junkyard nearby, and this guy has a lot of different Jeep stuff available, so that's awesome. So now anytime I need Jeep parts, I can just go to that guy's junkyard, and he has a lot of stuff. He's actually setting aside a frame for me because, as some of you guys already seen in my previous video, this back portion where right there, you can see where the leaf springs and everything and the shocks and everything kind of sit, it's completely rusted out and needs to be replaced. So I'm basically going to get a frame from like here. It's going to be cut off from here all the way through all this, and then back on the other side up there, and kind of be cut in the same spot because it's pretty decent. There's a little bit of rust right there, but yeah, I mean, I think it's full of rust, but I'm just going to basically replace the parts that really need to be addressed. Rust here and there, it doesn't really bother me because like I said, it's not going to be, I'm not looking to keep this Jeep for like another 20 years. It's just a little fun project for me. But either way, let me show you more of the top. These doors came with the top. So these top half doors here, I actually, funny story about these. So I had a Bestop door, as you guys saw before, a soft door, upper and lower. They did not work with this top because, as you can see here, this is how there's like a kind of like a point here instead of usually the Bestop doors are rounded like this. Well, I threw my Bestop door closed and there was like this much of a gap, so that wasn't working. So I was like, okay, well, I need different uppers and these pointed factory ones, right? Okay, well, then I had to find a frame for them because it was only the upper like material, right? You had to find the skeleton frame inside. Well, that was another pain because that's really hard to find. I ended up finding them though on I think on Craigslist from somebody in Philly. I had to drive to Philly. It was like an hour and 40-minute drive just to get these upper halves, right? Well, what happened when I got there, they actually were selling these as well, which is pretty awesome because I was looking for half hard doors because that's the only thing you guys, I don't know if you guys know this, but this upper half door, this is only for half hard doors. This does not work, as far as I know, with soft bottoms because there's no Velcro here. It's the lip, you know, that goes under, like the little plastic lip. And from what I understand, the only thing that has a plastic lip are these half-hard doors. Unfortunately, we ran into so many different problems about, like with the top, like we were trying to install the top, my dad and I, on a cooler day, and it's recommended to install these tops in like 70-degree weather or higher because it's easier to stretch these. When they get warm, you know, obviously you can pull and stretch it. When they're cold, they're gonna contract, and it's gonna be hard to stretch stuff like that. So yeah, it was a pain to put this on, to say the least. We ended up getting the back half on, and we let that stretch kind of overnight, and then after that we had to fix all this stuff. I mean, that's when you get into stuff in a junkyard, the different, like the hardware and stuff, some of it was messed up, but I didn't care because I got it for a cheap price. I knew I was gonna have to fix it up, so it wasn't a big deal. The only thing I hate are these are plastic. I don't understand that. I don't know why they would have made these plastic, because this piece up here is an essential piece. There's a pin that pokes out like this, and this hardware here, this whole section here gets connected onto that pin. It slides onto that pin and it locks in it. So you literally have a plastic pin piece here, which is already cracking because the cover's pulling it in. But I mean, you do have the front lip here across the whole front of the windshield, which is definitely holding that a lot. It's taking the brunt of that. You know, if the cover pulls back, you have this. But this is, again, this is supporting it too. So I just don't understand why Jeep would have made that from the factory plastic. It's stupid, but whatever, you know. Either way, we got it figured out. Everything fits good. We got the top on then. I'm trying to think. We actually another thing about these uppers here, we ended up having to, this one fit well. You see it closes well. It seals all nice up there, and it seals pretty nice right there. It's very tight. But the other side did not fit right. This here, this is the best we got it. So like if you just kind of, you can't, it hits up there. You see that? You can't really just ease it closed. You have to slam it closed. And you can see where it's tight there. I mean, this was like here. It was like almost an inch off. And what we had to do was bend this entire frame. You know, there's a frame inside this upper door, and we had to bend it this way because there's a lot of space over here. And you can see it's not perfect, but you know, it seals, it's fine now, it works. But we ran into so many issues. We actually cut these pegs that come down here. We cut these, cut this one real short. You see how it sits down like almost flush with that? They're supposed to sit up like that. Like I get my finger through there, but this one, you know, is flush. Only because when you would cut that, what that did was that shifted this edge down, right? So it would gain more space here. But yeah, we did so much modification to it. Eventually got to fit, so it's good. I'm happy with it. The doors, also, we had to mess with the doors. And this piece right here that the door clasps onto, there was actually 2 washers put in here, like spacers, and it was poked out and the doors wouldn't even shut, so we had to take those 2 out so the door would close. We had to do it on both sides. That was another thing we ran into. I actually did something cool to these doors. They were really crappy condition when I got them, but I didn't care. Like I said, I got a good deal from them, and it's hard to find those lower doors as is. So what I'm doing right now, they're obviously red, but I just kind of sanded it down. There was a big pinstripe crap on it, and I took that all off, sanded it down with a sander, and I'm gonna then spray paint it black, obviously to match the Jeep. But there was this whole lip was pushed up. I don't know if you can see, it's still kind of bent, but we hammered that down and everything like that just to make it look better because it was sticking out and the door wasn't actually fitting in there. So fixed that one as well. Yeah, other than that, doors, uppers, top, great. Everything works good. I'm very happy about that. I also did this little cool stuff with the doors here. They were gray, as you know, but I spray painted them black and put these chains on them as like a handle because one of them was missing a handle. It was, I believe it was this side. The driver's door was missing the leather handle. And I was like, what do I do? How do I make a handle for the other? How do I make a handle for this side? And I was like, oh, I'm gonna use this chain, right? And I was like, why don't I just put it on the other side? Because that looks pretty sweet. You look in there. Excuse my hard hat, but this is my hard hat from work. Yeah, so I thought that would look pretty cool. I don't know if you guys knew this, but I did get seat covers. I got new ones. They're just plain black. They're nice. They're kind of padded. There's like a strip of padding here, which is very comfortable. I like them. So another addition I did was add an American flag, and I thought that would look pretty badass. I wanted an American flag on it, and that's a great place to put it, right up there. I ended up getting the stencil online, and I did that yesterday real quick. I think that looks pretty cool. Another thing is the front here, I added all these chains. Well, this is the chain that I also used to do the door handles, but I made it basically look like, I don't know if you guys saw my Instagram post last night, but I basically made this look like kind of like it was chained on, like the front here, these spikes were kind of chained on, even though they're not, they're just wrapped around those, like obviously those would break the hell off, but it's just kind of like cool looking. It looks like it was just put on there, like held by them chains. I put a little master lock there so no one steals my shit. But other than that, you know, it kind of hides these zip ties that I use to zip tie this thing on here, hides them. But yeah, it's cool. It looks really cool when you're going down the road. It looks like it's like it's purposely done. And it kind of has like a Mad Max look. That's what I was saying in my Instagram post last night. So I don't know, it's like the more zombie shit I do to it, the more Mad Max it looks. But hey, it's still pretty cool regardless. What do you think? Some of you guys were giving me shit about this. Obviously, they're completely illegal. Or I don't know, maybe they're not. Who knows? I haven't ran into a cop that's like, hey, those are illegal. So I'm not out to I'm not out to kill citizens. I'm out to kill zombies. You guys all know that, right? This is a zombie killer machine, weapon, thing that I have on my Jeep. And that's why I have 8 confirmed kills. Also, another quick thing, some of you guys were asking me on my Instagram was, what kind of speakers are in the back of this? Well, okay, so these are Boss speakers, Boss Audio is what they're called, and I believe they're like, I don't know, they're like $40 speakers. They're nothing special, but that's what's put in here. You can go to bossaudio.com and you can find those exact speakers. I was looking there today. I forget the model number, but yeah, you can go and go to their website. They sell marine audio too, so like, obviously like waterproof speakers and whatnot. But yeah, some of you guys were asking about that. Actually, a lot of you guys were. It's kind of interesting. I don't even know how you saw my speakers, but I guess they were in there for like a split second. Everyone's like, wow, what speakers are those? But yeah, that's what's in there. This here, I decided to add, it's just a cheap plastic console that I literally got from Advanced Auto. And I basically needed a cup holder and needed a place to put my temporary registration and insurance, as well as like a CD, just random stuff, right? Because there's no glove box in here. You can buy the lock box. It's like a glove box with like a little, there's like a handle, like to hoist yourself in the vehicle, but like there's like a lock box you can get, and it's all one piece. Somebody was actually selling that on Craigslist, but they were selling it for $150, and I was like, yeah, okay, screw that. I'll pay $15 for this plastic piece of junk. So I am still working on other things for the zombie apocalypse theme. I have a few things that are going to be really cool, and some of you guys have already said it, but I'm going to be putting that up on the Jeep. I'm also going to be working with one of my good friends. He has a company that builds guns, and he's located like 10 minutes from me, and I'm going to take my Jeep to him, and they're actually going to do, I don't know whether I should give it away right now, but they're going to build something for my Jeep that has to do with guns. That's all I'm saying. So I'm going to take it to them this week. He's going to look at it, so it's going to be fun, it's going to be cool. I think it'll be unique, so I'm excited for those guys to work on the Jeep. So that about wraps it up for this video. I hope I covered everything that some of you guys were asking questions about the Jeep. I hope I covered a lot of it. Obviously, I still need to get new tires. And yes, I'm going to get new wheels. I think I'm going to get the bullet hole wheels. I really like those. They're going to be blacked out. But for now, those will have to do until I can find them. So that'll be next as far as that goes. I'm going to take it to Andy at Diablo Formula Racing, and he's going to cut off the old bumper and weld the new bumper frame on once I get that. So there'll be a video coming shortly with that once I go up there. And as always, follow me on Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, like me on Facebook, hit that subscribe button. Have a great day. It's so cool.